Hello, YouTube and viewers out there. It is Sebastian of Sebastian's a Movie Game Time. And today on episode 84, also known as Spend Time with Sebastian at the Movies, Part 4. Hello, welcome. On today on episode 84, I'm going to be reviewing and talking about movies called Sebastian's Horror Movies, Part 1. Hello, welcome. Let's get started. First, we have a horror movie. We have a film called Cujo. It's about a friendly Saint Bernard dog named Cujo who gets bit by a rabid bat, that bites him on the nose. And later on, the Saint Bernard dog Cujo starts slowly transforming into a vicious killing dog who stalks a mother and a son on a hot day. Cujo, this is Cujo is one of those movies that is really a cult classic 80s horror movie. If you've never seen Cujo or you read the book, then you know how a cult classic Cujo the movie is. I thought I thought that Saint Bernard dog Cujo was very great, and he was very terrifying. Though you kind of feel sorry for the Cujo because of what happens to him. You kind of feel bad, and it's kind of more like a tragic victim, to be honest. But Cujo is really a cult classic 80s movie. Cujo stars Deewallace, and I thought her performance was like tour de force. Really strong and great. Cujo, I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Stage Fright. It's about teenagers who come to a feeder camp to see till they find out there's a serial killer is killing off the teenagers at the feeder camp. Stage Fright, this is one of those movies that is really fun. It's really a fun movie. There's musical singing, numbers, songs in the film, and it's a part slasher movie. If you like those kind of stuff, like if you like a movie that is, where it's like there's a musical number in it, but also a slasher movie, it's really a fun movie. Stage Fright. Stage Fright stars Alexandra McDonald, Douglas Smith, Meatloaf Andy, or how I always call him Meatloaf because he's a real life singer, not just an actor, a mountie driver. I give Stage Fright 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Doll. It's about an expedition team who finds parasite creatures inside a dead frozen polar bear as the deadly parasite starts spreading the entire camp. The Doll. When I saw this movie, The Doll, I really felt like my arms. I got goosebumps in my arms. I really had to scratch my arms because it really makes you feel. This movie kind of want to makes you scratch your arms or your legs because it's such a very intense, scary movie. And but it's really a good movie. But like I said, it's one of those films that will make your skin. It will make your arms. It will make your arms get goosebumps. It will feel. It will make your skin crawl. Type of movie. It's really good. The Doll. It stars Martha McIsaac and the late Val Kilmer. The Doll. Also, The Doll. It's a kind of there's a little bit of John Carpenter's The Thing going on element in this movie. So there's some John Carpenter's The Thing movie in this film. So yeah, The Doll. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Autopsy of Jane Doe. It's about a father and son who run a cremation and mortuary house, start believing that they are being hunted by some supernatural presence after they're about to perform an autopsy of a corpse body of a Jane Doe. The autopsy of Jane Doe. I never saw this movie when it first came out. I was kind of late. I was kind of late watching this movie, but I finally saw it. And I thought the autopsy of Jane Doe was really one of those first great independent, low budget horror movies. The autopsy of Jane Doe. No, I'm sorry. The autopsy of John Doe is directed by a filmmaker named Andre Alvarado. He's the same director who made this movie. I think it's called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And he also directed another good movie that I really like. It's a film called The Last Voyage of the Dementor, which was a very good movie. But the same director who made Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark and The Last Voyage of the Dementor, Andre Overdell, he's one who directed the autopsy of John Doe. I thought Autopsy of John Doe was really great, independent, low budget horror movie. It's starring Brian Cox and Emil Hirsch. I give the Autopsy of John Doe 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Whistle. It's about a misfit teenager and her new friends blows on an Aztec whistle that unleashes a full curse that starts haunting the friends. Whistle. This is another good horror movie. It came out last year, 2025, but it was released this year, 2026, and I think it's on Prime Video. If you have Prime Video, this Whistle movie's on there if you've never seen it before. It's really good. I remember seeing this Whistle movie and I thought it was really great. It's fun and yeah, it's just a good little horror movie. I really quite liked it. Whistle is starring Daphne Keane. Um, Whistle, I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Conjuring. This is the first Conjuring movie. It's about a couples, Ed and Lorraine Warren, who must help out a family who are being terrorized in their house by an evil presence. The Conjuring. This is the first Conjuring movie. Before we had the Annabelle movies and the other Conjuring sequels. This is the first of this movie, The Conjuring. I thought the first Conjuring was really scary. It had some jump scare moments. I thought it was a good horror movie. The Conjuring stars Vera Farmiga, Patrick Wilson, Lily Taylor, Ron Livingston, and Joey King when she was young at the time before who she is today and a big star she is. So it was great to see Joey King when she was young. Um, The Conjuring, I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Halloween Kills. It's about Laurie Strode, her daughter, and Laurie's granddaughter from the first 2018 Halloween film as they survive, where Michael Myers have survived also as he continues his killing rampage in the town of Haddonfield. Halloween Kills. This is a sequel. Halloween Kills, to the first 2018 Halloween movie. As much as that Halloween in 2018 was really fun, but I really like Halloween Kills, despite some Halloween fans who've seen Halloween Kills and they kind of find a mix about the movie. But you know what? I have fun with the Halloween Kills. I thought it was fun. Halloween Kills. It stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, Andy Manchaka, Will Patton, Handy Michael Hall as Tommy Doyle, the little kid character from the original Halloween, but Anthony Michael plays the character of Tommy Doyle. And also, you also have Nancy Stevens, who plays Nurse Marion Chambers, who was with Dr. Samuel Loomis in the original Halloween. She was from the original Halloween. Nancy Stevens, Nurse Marion Chambers. She's back as playing a character. You have Charles Cyphers, who played Sheriff Lee Brackett in the original Halloween movie as well. The original Sheriff Brackett, Charles Cyphers. It was great to see him come back. And you have Kyle Richards back as her character, Lindsay Wallace, from the original Halloween movie as well. But she's all grown up now and not a little girl. So it was great to see Kyle Richards come back as well. And there were some tie-ins that goes back to the original Halloween and Halloween Kills. So I just thought that was really fun. Halloween Kills, I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Dead Snow 2. It's about a man named Martin from the first Dead Snow film is back as he leads another undead army to fight the Nazi zombies who are back. Dead Snow 2? Well, I mean, if you've never seen the first Dead Snow movie, then this is a sequel, Dead Snow 2. If you've never seen it, it's a really fun movie. I thought the first one was really good, but I thought part 2 was really more crazy fun than the first. To be honest, I kind of like both of the Dead Snow movies. I kind of enjoy both of the movies. They're both different, but it's the same tone. But I kind of like both of their movies. But Dead Snow 2 is really fun. It's a Norwegian zombie film. It's starring Greer, Vilger, Hall. I give Dead Snow 2 3 out of 3 stars. We have a slasher movie called House of Wax. It's about 7 friends who come upon a deserted small town where they meet a serial killer who is a wax maker, starts killing the friends. House of Wax. This is a remake. This is a totally slasher remake movie to the original House of Wax movie that started Vincent Price, a film that came out from the 50s. But this is the remake House of Wax. I thought the House of Wax remake was really fun, slasher. It was a great update, kind of new version of it. I thought it was really fun, House of Wax. It's starring Alicia Chabert, Chad Montgomery, Brian Van Holt, Paris Hilton, and Gerard Padalecki from Supernatural, Gerard Padalecki. I give House of Wax 3 out of 3 stars. And finally, we have Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween. It's about 3 kids who open the book as they unleash a dummy named Slappy, who has plans to unleash a collection of Goosebump characters to wreak havoc in their town. Goosebumps 2, well, as you all know, this is a sequel to the first Goosebumps movie. The first Goosebumps movie came out 2015. That started Jack Black. But I really didn't care for the first Goosebumps movie because the tone of the first Goosebumps film was kept lighthearted, with comedy and less scary horror. Because, as a kid from the 90s, I had grew up with the Goosebumps. I have grew up with the Goosebumps books. I've seen the Goosebumps movies as a kid from the 90s. And I'm a fan of the Goosebumps. Like, there's a Goosebumps that I'm a fan of. It's called Night of Tower Terror. Another good one, it's really the most iconic one for me, is The Haunted Mask. The one with Carly Bath. The girl named Carly Bath who puts on that haunted mask. That's my favorite one. And but I'm just a fan of the Goosebumps, as you can tell. I'm wearing a Goosebumps shirt because I knew I was going to talk about Goosebumps movie, so I'm wearing the shirt. It has the haunted mask. It has the Curly Bath character holding the mask, holding her mask, and as she's skateboarding. Because I'm a Goosebumps fan. I've been a Goosebumps fan since the 90s. As a kid growing up in the 90s, I have always been a big fan of Goosebumps. And all the Goosebump characters from the books are really scary. But when it made this one in the first movie, they kind of kept the horrorness, toned down the horror, and make it more about family friendly of a film. Which I don't know why, but for for nowadays kids, I understand that they want to see like a lighthearted kind of comedy of a Goosebumps, and not just a straight up horror. But actually, Goosebumps is supposed to be straight up horror because the books are very scary and the characters are very scary as well. But I understand if they want to keep it toned down for the kid family entertainment. I understand, but when I was a kid from the 90s, Goosebumps was like a great scary kind of books and movies. But I like this Goosebumps 2 than the first Goosebumps movie that came out in 2015. I really like this Goosebumps 2 movie better. I thought it was more fun than the first. Goosebumps 2, it's starring Madison Eisman, Jeremy Ray Taylor, and Wendy McLendon Covey. I get Goosebumps 2, 3 out of 3 stars. Okay, everybody, that would do it for episode 84 of Sebastian's Movie Game Time. And that's it for Sebastian's Horror Movies, Part 1. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and get new content episodes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see all of you at the movies.